Sorry about that, guys. Had a bit of technical issues. Bit of an internet sneeze moment there, but we are back live anyway. So, a couple of times to make note of. Moylan's got a 135.4, Dutch Face 135.7, 135.9 for Johnny. No one's out on the session yet. We'll go on board with Jack as he goes around sector 3 now. Jump back on board with him. See what's going on in the chat. What have I just read there? Jesus Christ. Okay, so Jack right now going around the final corner. Now on the approach. Kissing the effects, beautifully done. Full throttle now, DRS wide open, and a 1:33.0 from Jack. That is the time we kind of expect from him, and that will definitely see him safely through into Q1. Can't see anyone else beating that one anytime soon. We'll jump on board with... Who else got on board with? Avi started his lap, Evans on a lap as well. Erez Minion has invalid his lap. LED Factory just finished his, but he's on another push. Where's Mr. Carl? Up in the 6th place, Mr. Carl, on a 1:37.2. Looking fine. Make sure I'm not in the party now, am I? Better go back into our party. There we go. That's better. That's better. Back in the party. You like a lot of chocolate. So jump on board. Oh, who's that stopped? Oh, Ali Deef had a little bit of a spin there. Must be very careful. I think he's wide enough to be avoided. There he is. Booker really struggling. He's into Q2 though. 141.0. Needs to try and get it higher than that. But see into Q1, into Q3, sorry, which is highly doubtful to be honest. We'll stay on board with with Avi, as he goes around the final sector now. The long right-hander. Nearly full throttle. He's full throttle now. The last 2 corners comes up. Lovely break in there. Right the curve a little bit. Lovely clip of the apex. And he puts his line on 135.0 up into 2nd place. That was a great lap from Avi. Great lap from Avi. Who else we got aboard? Oh, Evan has invalid it. Where's his teammate? Here we go. Where's Erez? Is going on board Erez. More than safe, he reckons. So we'll go round here, and Avi will cross the line at 135.3. Erez has found his pace. Finally, Erez is back where he should be, fighting for potential fastest laps. That's a good lap from him. Good lap from Erez. Hopefully he can translate that into the race. He's definitely been struggling this season. Another one that's been struggling, speaking of, is El Stefano. Not having the best of luck so far. Yellow flags are waving, it's just the car's going slowly. So we are on board now with El Stefano. Needs to get a lap on the board if he wants any chance of going into Q3. Obviously, setting the lap is better than not setting the lap. Car looks very stable. No, it's not quick, but stable. Did say in the party earlier that he's not really enjoying this game so far, which is a shame. You're bored. I wanted the racing to start, mate. Q1, everyone was through, watching everyone just drive around for no reason. And you got to talk to yourself, mate. I got to talk to myself. I got to keep myself entertained, try and entertain you guys. Hopefully I'm doing so. El Stefano with 1:37.4 up in 10th place on the cusp. Needs to go faster than that if he wants a better chance. Got a couple of guys on outlaps around him, so Mr. Carl's on an outlap. Jack's retired in the pits. Hudzojo, GDC, Ali Defa all out on outlap at this present moment. The first one across the line I think would be here we go, Hudzojo. He's furthest around the track at the moment. Also, Mrs. Carl's been very quiet. Normally she's chatting away. She's been very quiet in the chat. There's been a couple of people that normally come in the chat who ain't chatting today. you're just sitting and watching. Really post this about, try and get people watching, get people talking about it. If you've got friends that like F1, bring them down to this race. What did you bid it for, Scott? Question from Moylan to Scotty. What did you bid it for? No, this is quality. This is quality, James. There's been no intentional takeouts as of yet, but I am keeping an eye on El Stefano just in case. Never know, El Stefano. He could have one of their moods. So we are still in quali. Yeah, James, why aren't you racing? That is a very good point, Mrs. C. Why aren't you? Is it C or K? Mrs. K. Mrs. K, really. Why aren't you racing, Mrs. K? Why? I thought. James, why aren't you racing? Right, he's joining. Well, you got another driver. Booker decided half a lap was enough for me. Okay, fair enough. Well, he's an admin, You got to respect the admin's wishes, Scotty. No, fellas, I know. Oh, that was something in the pits from El Stefano, not having the best of days. Yeah, no, fellas, Scott, I know how you feel. Mrs. Carl thought wanted the same really on in Mexico last week, a few days ago. Fuck admins, yeah. Who wants that? Who needs them? Who needs these admins and league owners? Fuck them. With 40 seconds to go, I thought you guys really wide there, wide enough again that he hasn't invalidated his lap. So it could be a faster lap for him to see through up into ninth for the 136.5. So if I was a steward, that lap time would be getting deleted for extension of track. But here we go. Rob's a prick too. True. Well, you shouldn't have been in my way. Yeah, I know that for next time. Next time I'm gonna buy some lube, so I'm ready for next time I get fucked. I like to be nice and wet when I get fucked. You can at least take that for dinner, because I like to be winding down before I get fucked. Mr. Carl now on a lap, 137.2, going around the final corner now. Can he beat a 137.0? Find 2 temps. Looks like he's on for a good time actually. Oh no, he was going to go through. Oh, Carl, you were doing so well. He reverses over the line. What? Oh, Jake. Wait, what you actually fucking... I'm quoting South Park, man. I'm quoting South Park. So, Omar Yevon is on a lap now. Can he try and improve himself to get him out of the danger zone? Ali Difa is behind, but not improving. He actually went slower there, so... Evan is actually safely through, so Evan doesn't need to set this lap, but I'm sure he will, just to make sure. He will cross the line, and he does go faster by 7 tenths, big improvement up into 8th. I think it's just randomly, and I hear say next time I'll buy some lube when I get fucked, man. It's true. Right, you didn't see what happened to me, Jake. Right, I was driving along, picture the scene, right? It's a lovely day in Mexico, sun's shining, the birds are chirping, the donkeys are ee-hawing. And anyway, so driving along, calm as day, thinking, oh, it's going to turn 1, and then BANG! Taken out. That's literally. Nothing happened. I can prove I did nothing. I could prove otherwise, Mrs. Carl. I can prove otherwise. And so can my backside. Still got a dent, a Mrs. Carl shaped dent in my rear. Us. Let's see. Do I actually have the clip of what happens? I think I have it somewhere. Sounds like a normal race with you, pretty much. No, normal race for me is weaving down the street. I wasn't weaving down the street. Actually, no, technically I was, because I was overtaking someone. But my ass felt it. I think this is it. That must be. That must be. So it's this clip. So I will forward it to Jake. Jake can then maybe see it. Let me put that somewhere. Show in folder. And then go to Discord. So, we are saying goodbye to the following drivers. Mr. Carl, unfortunately, he was on for a good lap, but didn't make it over the line. El Stefano, Ali Difa, and Booker Bronco. So let's go to Discord. Let's find Jake. Where's his name? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Up. There we go. There you go. Have a look at that, Jake. Admire my start. Admire it. And then admire my rear end. Because Mrs. Cole definitely admired my rear end. She liked it so much she wanted a piece of it. She wanted a piece of it. Stupid update. What's going on? Hang on. What's happened? What's going on? It's fixed, Jake. What's fixed? What's going on? Jake. All that he says though, that's why. What going on? What's going on? Wouldn't matter when you joined. Oh, okay. So the issue about the update. So, James has got an update, so he's gonna take his time. Your video is fixed. No, your video is very well screenshotted. It's very well photoshopped. All that was said was your race start. Yeah, doesn't it say the turn 1, Jake? Can't see turn 1 out of it? Oh, okay. Sorry. It was the other side of it. It was this one, I think. Must be this one. Oh no, don't do that, because that's going to go somewhere else. I think this is it. I thought I got the whole thing. There's a shorter. Where's my clip then? I don't know where that's gone. I definitely got it somewhere. Ah, there. Sorry, because it was a download recording. It done it in like 3 parts because it was too big. I get that a lot. Dixie Lexi should know about that. That being too big and that. Just saying. Invite, please, sir. You may have one. Not that way though, because that will. I got the crossplay enabled. There he is. Here you go, my friend. On outlaps now, everyone is out on track other than Johnny Stokes. We'll jump on board with Dutch Face, who is picking up the slack from James Al, who has now just joined. Good timing. So Mrs. I wonder. Okay, people in chat. Mrs. Carl Jake, what do you think of the upcoming new DXT merch that's been released? Got new. Not only is there a couple more designs have been thrown out there, but there's also basketball style shirts. I know Jake's a big fan of those. But I do like the new design that I've come up with. To be honest, bit neat. I was going to go with an XIX kind of style, but then I realised that obviously Simon have that, so I can't really do that. I may be in the McLaren. Ooh. He must have got hit from... No, so basically, the reason why, Jake, that happened was I will show you her view of it. Where is it? I say her. I will show you Mrs. Carl's view of it. Although I do know your name now, but I still want to call you Mrs. Carl. Out of respect. Mrs. Carl, there it is. I'll copy that and I'll paste that into Jake. Because you broke. I did broke it. I broke a bit early because I was a bit worried about there's a bit of desync. I was a bit worried about that. But it wasn't. It was after that, I think. Like it wouldn't have happened, Jake. It wouldn't have helped at all anyway. Like if I would have broke late, I still would have been like rear-ended. You'll see why in her clip. You will see why. Jack's gone faster, 133.3. Can go faster than that. It's a bit of a mistake there from him. Abby's gone second at 134.3. Dutch Face 134.6. Airways 135.6. So where's that pace one Evez? Come on, man. Who else next across the line? We've got Rob crossing the line on a 143. Come on, Rob, you do better than that. Probably a bit of a spin somewhere along the lines. BGC is a bit further. Well, we've got Hard Joe's in front of BGC. Why is it hot in fucking September? I'm so fucking hot. Hadzojo manages not to invalid there. He was off the track. Not sure how he got away with that one. But it does cross the line and sets a 135.6. BGC is next. Ran the last corner. Setting a 136.6. Johnny has just started his lap now. So we'll stand more with Johnny. Because he's in a one there. Yeah, I told you, Jake. That's the worst D-Stick I've ever seen. Exactly, yeah. What a game. That's not even cross-play, mate. That's just PS5 or PS. Playing with PS. I don't blame her. It was a complete accident from her point of view. She had no idea I was there. I did wonder how she didn't get damaged, because when I was obviously I had a little spin. I thought okay, I'll catch up again, and I got right up behind her. I was like, why isn't she going slowly? And I know I got past her, she had a wig on, so I was like, okay, this is weird. I know Mrs. Cole was aggressive when it comes to racing, wheel to wheel, and like defending and stuff, but I didn't think she would do that. So it was a bit of a shock, really. Obviously, I was very angry at the time, but it doesn't matter. After seeing that, it's completely understandable what happened. But yeah, this game is top notch. EA Sports. It's in the glitch. Vinny Stokes comes across the line in third on a 134.4. So we'll wait and see now as Moylan is on an outlap, and so is Evan, who's already involved it. So we're going on board with the injured Moylan. Race ban. Definitely race ban. 100% you should get a race ban. What do you think, Mrs. Moylan? Well, I think we come to agreement that I'm allowed to now rear end her. I think that's kind of the deal. I wouldn't have took you out on purpose. Yeah, I know you wouldn't have. I know you wouldn't have, Mrs. We're only playing. We're only teasing. We're only teasing. Normally, some of the most like. I remember when we all raced together. Jake would have, yeah, he would have as well. Yes, he would have. I remember when the first time we actually probably raced together was, I think it was Japan last game, and it was Mrs. Carl was like the human, the blockade, the train we were stuck behind, and I couldn't get past because you were defending like a mad woman because it was me behind you, and then I wasted all my ERS to try and get past you. I let Jake pass, try and have a go. He gets straight past because you run out of ERS, and I'm still stuck behind you. But I know you race aggressive. I would never call you taking now, but don't worry. Then about when you took out my rear in Bahrain in a 1v. Oh, don't even start. Don't even start now. I've got the clip still on that one. So what Jake's referring to, we were practicing basically last game when it first came out. And Jake was like, oh, I've got pace today. So we're going along, driving along as normal. And we're looking at each other's designs for our cars because we both had player cars on. And I'm chasing him in the DRS. Anyway, yeah, look at my rear. Hit the brake, and I instantly tried to avoid him and just spun. But it made me laugh so much that I was just giggling as I just about avoided a fatal crash of him. The clip is funnier than me explaining it, I think, but it was a funny clip. Obviously, I can't show you guys. It's a bit shame. Can't just show you it. Whip it out. Moylan, we're going to watch Moylan now as he goes around the last. We're watching the whole time. Going around the last couple of corners now. Penultimate corner. Bearing in mind I wonder if he's still struggling with his injured foot, with his ankle. Last one now as he crosses the line. Does go second at 133.6, and we did go past a injured Almighty Evan there, so you got a bit of crash. I buy your t-shirts and hoodies. Does that entitle me to at least one rear ending? I think you've got that rear ending. And what do you mean by that? At least. I know what you mean. Oh, God. Have you got that? Did you get the top framed? Yeah, or are you still wearing it? I'm curious to know. So I'm on board now. Erez, Hadojo, and GDC all trying to set their laps, one behind the other. Lexi reading this chat. Is she? No, she's on TikTok, mate. She's on TikTok. She can hear the chat. Oh, now she's on the chat. Now Jake said it. She's going to do it. She's going to do it all the fun. She knows that this is a car event with me anyway. But Lexi remembers me all the time, you know. It's part of our relationship, isn't it, babe? Pagan. Bit of pagan. I'm really hot today. It's like, why? It's not even. It says my computer says it's raining. It's not raining. On board with the Minion, Minion Ferrari going around the sector 3 now. The long right-hander with triple right. Bit unsteady there. It's not sure whether you make a turn or not. Like he is struggling on his handling at the moment. One more corner to navigate as he goes round. Definitely a pad user. And doesn't really improve there. I haven't got the telemetry up, but it would help. Or was that an outlap? No, it wasn't that outlap. It would help nice for telemetry. There must be an outlap. Yeah, she's there. There she is. My shine, my light, my muse. Mother of my child. The thorn in my side. Not good. Love her, really. You gotta love her. She's a brummy. Look at that face. I gotta love that face. That is your face. Anyway, this enough of the muchy stuff. Let's get back to F1. I do want. I'm still on the cusp. Oh, well, not on the cusp. I still would love to see Lexi race. Like she was getting the hang of it a little bit. I'd say a little bit. Oh no! Don't bring out excuse me. It's called you can't fucking brake, and you're using the AIs as brakes. Busy person, mate. You were shit. Using the AI as brake. Oh, I keep doing that. I keep jumping over to the wrong person. So there we go. Erez now. We can have he does this better. It's definitely a control. He's definitely on a controller. You can see how much he's struggling to try and hold that turn. And a wheel user makes that turn very, very smoothly. Jump or GDC, I believe he's on a wheel, so you can have a look what he does. Error is coming across the line, 134, puts up in the 5th place. GDC has evolved his lap, so that's as Dojo. Dutch face, he's slower as well. Johnny Stokes is up. So we'll go on with Johnny Stokes. So you can see Johnny Stokes here, how smooth he is on his wheel. I think he's pulled out of his lap though. Yeah, it looks like he's pulled out of it. He's backed out. Jack's on a lap. Where is Jack on the track? Right behind Johnny. And again, look, it's a very smooth there from Jack on the wheel. Jack will go for a sub 132. Looks amazing in the last couple of corners. And he crosses the line 132.7. What did I say? Ridiculous time there from Jack. A whole second. Nearly a whole second faster than Moyland. Avi's gonna cross the line. Does he improve? He does. 133.8, 5 temps up. Moyland nearly lost second place. The Dutch face now, same corner. Oh, he's gone slower, and that'll be the end of Q3. Moyland washed, yeah, mate. Moyland is nothing in this league, mate. He's not. He ain't even winning it. Well, then again, he didn't even win TTFL. Where is he in TTFL? Is he even up there? I think he's like second or third, maybe. Where is he? Let's have a little butchers. Let's have a little butchers. Well, how did the one race, isn't it? Before we restarted, he's 7th place. We've restarted the league, haven't we? I forgot about that. There we go. So your top 10 for the race start will be Jack on pole. Moyland will join him on the front row of the grid. Second row is Avi and Johnny Stokes. Third row we have Erez and Dutchface. Hudzojo and Rob Sim Racer are in 7th and 8th. And finally, 5th row of the grid, GGC and Almighty Evan with that crash. What was Evan's time before he did crash? Where would it have put him roughly? I don't think it was up there. I don't think it was slow though. We see it before it runs out of time. Oh, we didn't even get round. Didn't even get round. No idea. No idea. I thought he at least got round once, or like like maybe an eval, God's sake, an invalid lap maybe. Now just wait for the guys to load up. Scotty's probably eager to go after being crashed in Q1. We've been sitting there the whole time, bored out of his nut. Here we go. We're just getting ready now for the start. These guys will be picking up their strategies, picking their tyres, the fuel they're putting in, all technical stuff here. Rob, is it immersive? Please be immersive. Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. Please. I want to hear Crofty's voice. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. He had around with Ted Crammers the other week. Beans. How dare he? Leave my Teddy alone. This should be fun. People have zero practice as well. Oh, looks like it's going to be immersive.
Here we go. The formation lap is underway here at the Circuit of the Americas. The atmosphere is electric.
So there we go.
Fans have come out in their thousands for today's race.
Dutchface and James out. Everyone else is choosing the medium tyres. 17 drivers in this race. A couple of drivers out of place. Definitely the bottom
We're
three.
almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
At least I know who Crofty is. Jack is off track there. What the fuck he's doing? Have they fixed the glitch where Jack is actually on the right side of the track? It looks like he's on the right side of the track for once. Unless they do switch it in a minute. Oh, wrong, man. I want to commentate on an immersive pit stop, man. What's going on? I've never seen it. I think I've seen 1v1 maybe, Australia. There we go. Just waiting now for the lights. Everyone gets sorted out. We got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. And away we go here in Texas. Everyone's got a fairly good start now as they approach turn 1. Red Bull already jockeying for position. Moreland looking down the inside of Jack, and he does so. Great moves up the inside from the Mercedes driver up Jack. And there's a couple of, I think there's a little spin behind him. Looks like it's Booker Bronco. We're going to keep an eye on Hudzojo though, who's out. This is a great shot here. They're going 3 wide at the back there, trying to go through, but they're going into the single file now into the S's. And everyone seems to get away fairly cleanly other than Booker. But they're all still jockeying, they're all still trying to find the right lines. Yellow flags are waving at the back. It's James Al and Scotty. Have they had an incident? Doesn't look like it. Looks like okay from here. Scotty's moved to the back a little bit though, so there could be some sort of incident in the back. Moreland's leaving Jack behind right now. Obviously on those medium tyres, that's what he had to do exactly, just get away. Johnny is in 4th place right now, they're coming down. Little jockey in position there, Erez looking round where he can get Johnny. Nothing at the moment, no, as they all go single file back in there. Mr. Carr, is he making a move, or is that just a frozen glitch? Yeah, timing the force is a bit frozen at the moment. So we'll just hide that for the time being and watch them as they go round. Watching these two AlphaTauri drivers size each other up. Is there going to be race orders? Oh, it's a spin. No, it's a big spin. Who was that? That was I don't know. Almighty Evan. He had trouble in quali, and now he's getting trouble now in the race. Moylan's got the fastest lap of the race now, so hopefully they will start fixing these boards, and he's already 1.5 seconds clear of Jack, his rival in the championship. What's this? Did they all start on no tyre temps on immersive? No, so apparently that the issue's fixed. The issue has been fixed with the Mercy. That wasn't the Mercy, that was the broadcast one. So broadcasting for everyone would be on the same temp on tyre. The immersive issue is apparently now fixed, but I don't think no one's used it since we switched back. There's a couple of time issues that happened here, you can see, which is will be the same, you know, F1 without a timing issue. We're trying to look around. We're going on board with the battle for second place, really, because although Jack has lost the back of Moylan, he's not really gapping Annie, and you wouldn't expect him to really. They just pick the strategy, medium to hard, or a soft medium, a soft being hard. It's a bit of a pointless strat. You might as well go medium hard, to be honest. No one's chosen soft side, understandable completely. As Al-Yadifa and Carl are going side by side into the hairpin, and a simple move there from the teammates, keeping it nice and clean. Well, as you would expect, you wouldn't want them to take each other out, would you? We'll jump back on board with the battle for second. Erez is nicely finding his pace. I do like this. Erez is back up there. It's good to see. Scotty making a move on GGC for 12th place after making his way back through the pack after his little infringement in the thing. And oh, Evan's out. Evan is out. Where's he crashed? I can't see. Just on the exit there. DRS is enabled, but we have a VSC for the moment. No safety car as of yet. There's a little VSC. We can't see it because it's sector 1, 2, 3. But by the looks of it, there was no safety car out on the track. The VSC just will nullify everything. Speaking of actually VSC, safety cars, what's your views on Monza? I think it's disgusting. I think they should automatically red flag a race with 5 laps to go. They should have learnt the lesson really from Abu Dhabi last year. To create a spectacle, they ruined it really. Just to have a race at the end, they just basically gave someone a championship. And yet they're doing it again, exactly the same sort of thing. And ending it on the safety car, essentially you're giving someone the win. Why can't you do a red flag? There's plenty of time. But anyway, we move on. I'm not talking yet. So we're just waiting now for the VSC to end. Long VSC. Long VSC. It's a long VSC, so we've got to wait and see what happens now. When's it going to get released? So, not sure. It's a very long VSC. Well, the longest VSC that we can ever see. Here we go, back to racing, a full lap of VSC. Finish race at the VSC, fuck it, why not? I should have red flagged it though, right? Like, why is that not a thing? There we go, so, Moylan leading this race, Jack in second, Abby in third, Johnny Snow's in fourth, Erez in fifth. I keep saying that, I don't know what I'm getting mixed up today. Erez in fifth, Dutch Face in sixth, Hajojo in seventh. Great stuff for him. Speedy up into eighth already, which is great for him. El Stefano in ninth, Ali Difa in 10th, Mr. DeCarl in 11th, Scotty in 12th, GDC in 13th, James Al in 14th, Rob in 15th, and Booker in 16th. And our only DNFer being Almighty Evan. There's a long train coming behind El Stefano. He's not on board El Stefano, listen to what he's got behind him. Little train, already starting to form, of quite a few number of cars there. Big DRS train all the way back to Robin 15th. They did what they should have done before. Yeah, in all fairness, into the rule book, what they did was 100% right. But they should learn from their error and change the rule. I'm slating them because they didn't learn from their mistake. Like, no one wants to see a race on Ed on safety car. So I understand why they're so reluctant to do it for a championship win. I understand why. The reasoning's there. It's still wrong, but the reasoning's there. But you'd think a little bit of contact there from Scotty on the back of Mr. Carl. But I think this changed the rule a bit more. Yeah, but that was a wrong change. What Massey did was wrong. But what they should have, obviously, that hindsight's a great thing. But that's the thing, that after that race, they should have had a rule where they said, do you know what? Oh, it was a big spin from Scotty. He keeps it on track though. Well held. Oh, out of the wall and everything. Brilliantly held there from Scotty. As Dutch Face has had a bit of an incident as well. Yeah, Dutch Face has spun it on the last corner. Oh, them rears are going to be hooking. They got the wrong car when they... Yeah, that was nuts. How did they get the wrong car? How did you get the wrong car trying to find it? They should, like I said, they should have learned from Abu Dhabi and entered it on the safety car 5 laps to go. As we're watching now, El Stefano and Al Udifa having a little bit of a scrap there. There's a bit of will-to-will action, a bit of rubbing, but somehow we'll come out of it alright. Al Udifa's got a bit of a crappy connection there. One thing I absolutely hate is how long they leave it to pull that safety car. Yeah, it was a bit nuts. It was obvious they weren't going to fix it. But like I said, 5 laps to go, it should be an automatic red flag. It was a comedy of errors at them. They said it took too long for them to move the car. It took too long for them to then realise they couldn't move the car and then call for a safety car. It took them then the safety car come out and pick up the wrong person, so they had to wait a whole another lap. So yeah, a lot of things went wrong. A lot of things. Yeah, that's true. Bottas was left on the apex in the Netherlands. Maybe they're getting their shots from Ferrari. We don't know. So, but I'm back to the lead battle for the front. Avi got a pace today. He's keeping up with Jack. Obviously, you'd expect him to on these sort of medium tyres, but he's not had the pace to overtake. He could have a chance here, though. Yeah, same idea, Jake. Same idea. A couple of drivers swapping places as well, but we're going to jump back. Not close enough yet. Was Avi. Johnny's dropped out of the DRS train there. Still, El Stefano getting attacked now from Al Udifa again up the inside. Really crap angles there. Can't really see what's going on. And I think good defence from El Stefano. Held him up. Kept the place. Very good. Very, very good. This is what I wanted to see from El Stefano. He gets a bit out of shape there through the S's, but he still keeps that position for the time being. A couple of drivers having a little ding-dong battles every now and then, but we're just trying to keep an eye on this little train. It's nice to see cars. Oh, Al Udifa had a bit of a brown trousers moment, and it does let Dutch Face through. So now Dutch Face, will he have the same ability? Avi making the move past Jack down that home straight, the long DR, or the main straight, the long DRS helping him there to make that move simply done. Can Dutch Face do the same on El Stefano? With wide open, DRS enabled, looks to the inside, late on the brakes, but he gets stopped in time. Brilliant move there from the Alpine driver, and up into 7th. That is, oh, and it's a big lock up there from El Stefano. Just managed to keep ahead of Al Udifa with another spin up on Sojo, losing it on the exit there, but he is okay. He's still going. Yellow flags are waving for that, but it'll be clear that quite quickly. Jack now is on the back of Avi. Avi tries to defend, realises that that's too far away and comes back to the racing line. But it won't be long before these tyres of Avi are going to start falling off and Jack's going to come into their own. We'll go back on board with El Stefano and Al Udifa. El Stefano defends early on the inside. Al Udifa's trying now to go around the outside of turn 1, not able to make that happen. And El Stefano again keeps that position. I think Al Udifa's going to get sick of seeing the back of the Merc there. I wonder if GGC can make an opportunistic moment on these two while they're having a little battle. Al Udifa's all over the back of El Stefano. Well, here's the, I think he's got a bad connection. That's what it is to see him. Looks like he's looking at every opportunity to come overtake. Now this is where El Stefano's definitely going to struggle down this home straight. Jack not able to make the move down this straight on Avi. Al Udifa used up all of his overtake and he still can't get the ground on El Stefano. El Stefano will keep that place. He is crashing the RS, but not enough. Not enough there. Another spinner. It's Mr. Carr, I believe. Bit of a spin. Hopefully he's okay. No damage. What appears to be on the car, but you can't tell really from these cars anymore. Al Udifa and El Stefano still having a little battle for 8th place. Jack though right on the back of Avi as they go down the pit straight. DRS open. Avi, bit of overtake being used there. Not so much from Jack. He knows that his tyres are going to be coming into their prime very soon. And knows that Avi's tyres will fall off, so he doesn't really do anything. He's got to sit and wait really. An opportunistic moment to get past. Ali Deepa again trying to make a move past El Stefano. These guys are on the same tyres, so it makes it a bit more difficult. But again, tries to go around the outside, but El Stefano has that completely covered off. El Stefano is fully aware of where Ali Deepa is trying to attack from. Maybe he should switch to the inside, change up a little bit, maybe try and catch El Stefano unawares a little bit. These guys are both rinsing their overtake, both on like 10%. GGC behind, sitting on 71, 73 now. James Al's catching up to the back of his pack as well. Obviously on these hard tyres. Here we go, Avi and Evie and Jack do swap places now, so this could be the sign that these mediums are going to start falling off. Now, Ali Deepa does get past El Stefano there. He didn't miss that, so he can catch him unawares, but El Stefano will have DRS. Can he get the move done? Avi defends the inside as they approach the hairpin at the end of this straight. El Stefano is already ahead and will take that place back from Ali Deepa. Ali Deepa still trying to fit back in there though, but with the inside line now, El Stefano will defend this quite simply and will keep 8th. So he loses it and gains it back straight away as a massive train's forming, and these two guys are side by side again as James Al is getting involved in this battle now. Can he get past GGC? I think that's Booker retired in the pits, and it is. Jack manages to hold off from Avi and that attack there. We are watching this battle for 8th, and it is close. It is very, very close. James Al literally waiting to pick someone off here. Hopefully this car of Booker doesn't reach on the track and cause issues. Ali Deepa makes that move simply past El Stefano there with the DRS open. So not a difficult move for him there. Avi starting to fall off the back of Jack quite a lot now. The gap between Moreland and Jack is 3.7 seconds. The guys get past the car of El Stefano. Sorry, El Stefano. Of Booker Bronco, sorry. Just be careful. Okay, it's gone now. I say be careful, Rob. And also Scotty's joining this little fight now for 8. So this train from Ali Deepa and El Stefano is getting longer, but El Stefano is starting to fall off the back as the 4 yellows have come out. Safety car. Safety car is out. Hadzoja's out of the race. Hadzoja is out. Not sure where exactly he crashed. Looks like he's on the 3rd sector, but it's very quickly cleared up. But a full safety car, this will definitely help medium runners. So all these drivers can come in, pit for fresh tyres, and it will save them a chunk of time when it comes to pit stops. And this is about the pit window time as well, so they're not even going to lose anything. Yeah, like Jake said it as well, medium runners are loving life. So the gain from here is probably about 10 to 12 seconds gain. It's probably like an 18-second pit stop at the moment. So we got watch down. Everyone is coming in, even Jack's coming in as well now. So Jack choosing to come in as well, taking the free pit stop. It's not going to help him in the long run because he will have to pit again. Then mediums will not get to the end of this race unless he has to look after them a lot. Johnny's come in as well, going to soft tyres. So Johnny going for a quick soft and then onto a medium after. Carl getting a penalty there for cutting the corner. So everyone is choosing the pit. So it's going to be a simple everyone in, everyone out. James has stayed out, which I think is probably the right call if you're on these hard tyres. There's no point pitting yet because you're basically on fresh tyres still. These tyres are just about to come into their own. So everyone apart Carl and Cole staying out as well. Carl probably should have pitted. I won't lie to you, Carl. You probably should have pitted there. You're on medium tyres, mate. They're going to be dead. They're going to be dead. If I was you, Carl, I would come in next lap. It's not worth trying to hold this. You might as well go in next lap. Have a lap fresher hards than everyone else. I did tell him to pit. Yeah, you should listen to your chief engineer, mate. Late girls are always right. Maybe he's doing a frenzy from Jake. That's possibly a frenzy strat. He didn't listen. Clearly not. Because so he was at the back anyway, so he had nothing to lose to stay out, but he won't go very far with these mediums. I would highly recommend to come in. It may restart though, it'll be catching. I don't think it'll restart this quick. It'll take another lap at least, because look where Rob is right now. So if I was Carl, I would probably come in now. Yes, you would be at the back of the grid, but you'd have 1 lap fresh tyres than everyone else. And you're on the hards, that will make it easy to the end as well. Like, they will at least do 18 laps. I wouldn't wait too much longer though, Carl. I would come in. Personally, you've got my opinion. That's just one man's opinion. Normally, I'm not great at making these calls, but I think if you're on these, you're on the softer tyre, it's probably an option to come in and do it now before safety car comes in. By the looks of it, safety car will be in next lap as everyone is starting to gather up and catch up to the back. Rob is kind of pulling back a little bit, making sure he's got enough space. Maybe not to go around again, and Carl is coming in now, doing a frenzy strap. So the idea was right, but obviously execution not so much as so Johnny now is pitted. Johnny is going to come in for, I'm guessing, a set of hards now. Set of mediums. Again, it's a bit of a weird strategy because even if they won't get to the end mediums. I think it would have been better off if Johnny stayed out on his softs, tried to pull out a bit of a gap, overtake some cars cheaply, and then maybe hope on a safety car later on in the race and come in for a set of mediums later and hope that you've gained enough at your soft run to try and pull out ahead. To come in on one lap of mediums, I want to say one lap on softs, could have been a mistake though, could have been a safety car, a pit mistake. Didn't mean to come in on the softs, but once you're on the softs, you might as well stay out on them. At least be able to do about 6 laps before you have to come in. You never know, after a restart, 6 laps, safety car could come out again, DSC could come out, you never know. So everyone, apart from 2 hard runners, so Dutch Face and James Al, have pitted fresh tyres. Jack will not make it to the end on those mediums, and Johnny definitely will make it to the end on those mediums. So they'll have to pit again, most likely. Everyone else safely, well, obviously the guys haven't pitted yet, but everyone else will have to fully pit. Would not have to pit, and just leave up to Jack, Dutch Face, James Al, and Johnny having to pit again. Fastest lap, most of them got fastest lap. Safety car is in this lap. Penalties at the moment, James Al's got 3, Rob's got 3, and Carl's got 3. Stops, yes, like I said, that's the stops. Changes, James Al's got 12. Biggest winner, biggest gainer, biggest loser is Johnny Stokes. Let's have a look at fastest lap while we're here. Fast lap is Moylan still at 137.566, which I'm assuming will get smashed in a minute by Jack or by Johnny Stokes. So we'll now jump back on board with we'll jump. I'd like to talk about second place. Jump board with Moylan. Also, Dutch Face, 60 both. So Moylan now waiting for the opportunistic moment to go. Safety car is safely in the pits now, so Moylan does control the pace completely. Trying to get the heat into those hards, which will be very, very difficult. Putting the weight to the very last moment with Jack being on those mediums, and it looks like he has. No, not yet. Sorry, he's gone now though. Gone right last, and that is a great restart. It's caught Jack all under pressure there from Dutch Face. Nearly forces him into the wall. Dutch Face on the inside now into turn 1. Can he get that place over Jack? Oh, not really. Can't do it. The grip on those new mediums just doing justice for Dutch Face. As we have a spinning car, it's like it's James out and it's Avi having a little bit of a contact there, coming together, and both at the back of this pack. With Ares coming in for softs. Strange call. Ali Defa, he's had a spin as well. Oh, what a restart. Not the best for these guys. Rob is chasing down the pack as well. And this is Jack going to try and reel in Worden. He had a bit of a scare from Dutch Face, but Dutch Face now 2 seconds a gap between him and Jack. Jack is now gaining and pulling in Worden, which you would expect on these medium tyres. But he will need to pit again, so it's not over yet. Let's change the gaps to leaders to actually gaps at level. Johnny Stokes and Johnny, essentially a team decision to get Johnny ahead on those mediums because they're not really going to fight. Rob and maybe doing the same, but these guys on similar tyres are probably not there. That's probably a good move there from Rob to overtake his teammate. Jump back on board with Jack, making the moves on Moylan potentially in the next few laps. These medium tyres are going to be feeling lovely at the moment. Moylan's just got to keep ahead, keep his cool. He ain't really fighting Jack at the moment. We have a spinner with Carl Carl's gone round on his hards. He's oh no, he made up some places as well. Johnny's got past El Stefano. Can Scotty do the same? El Stefano looks like he's got a lot of straight line speed in that Mercedes. So he will hold it off for the time being. The attacks from the second Alfa Romeo driver. James out is in the pits. Did he get damage? No partly damage from that. I think Avi has stayed out. Yes, he has. I think his damage there. Yeah, it is for James out, which means he have to pit from his hards onto a set of mediums, which is not really what he wanted. Jack right behind Johnny, sorry, right behind Moyland. Scotty right behind El Stefano. So we'll see if Elmood's coming into the turn here. Scotty to really hold up on the straight. He is. Jack now got no DRS as of yet. One more lap for that to be activated. Yellow flag waving again, and El Stefano's gone round. Little spin for him, but he's got away with that. I think no damage. Jack still behind Moyland. So it has released. El Stefano's spinning has released Scotty to have some clean air ahead of him. 2 seconds from his teammate, and Johnny To's got a nice rear gunner there in case he needs to defend. Now this is the crucial moment. Now Johnny really needs to make the most of these mediums. Right now he's stuck behind Speedy. He's got the east person to also overtake. See there, look, Speedy kind of closed the door on him a little bit. DRS will be open. Here we go. This lap. Jack, fast lap of the race, 1:37.5. I can say I'll be beaten. Will be beaten very quickly. We'll stay on board. Jack's too far away from Moyland at the moment. Johnny too far away. Erez is chasing the back of Carl on these soft tyres as well. They'll be very, very rapid at this back straight. Carl's having all sorts of issues right now. He's all over the shop, but look at this. Look at the speed. Carl is trying to defend though. He uses an overtake to try and keep ahead, but it's kind of a foregone conclusion really. There's not much point battling that one, Carl. He's on the softs. He's going to rinse you, and he has Erez up into 11th. Now here we go. Jack, DRS against Moyland. Moyland's not really fighting him now. He's on different strategies. Moyland's best plan here is to keep behind Jack and just hopefully to be dragged along. But look at Moyland, has got a lot of straight line speed in that Mercedes. No ERS being used or anything. Johnny So does get past Speedy, making the most of that, like he has to really. But Jack right behind Moyland. Avi on El Stefano, simple move there from Avi, and he's up into 9th. Nah, got a nah from Jake. What's a nah from Jake? Not worth fighting. Jack, am I right in thinking? One needs to ruin his tyres. It's very true actually. That is very true. Didn't think of that. But I know what Moyland's like. Moyland really won't be pushing this too hard. He is defending the inside there, making Jack go the long way around turn 1, and great defence there from Moyland. But he's side by side almost, and Jack pulls out of that one. So good defence from Moyland. And Moyland just needs to save his overtake for the crucial moments of the track, which I'm guessing is that back straight. If Moyland can defend the home straight, then he's hopefully doing quite well. And with an injury. Don't forget, Moyland is suffering from a sore ankle. So sitting first right now, with a decent gap between him and third. If Jack clears him, then pulls out. Yeah, it's true. That is very true. My theory would only work if Moyland can stay ahead of, stay with Jack. Yes, very good defence there from Moyland. Not able to make the move done there. Got a yellow flag at the back. It looks like his GTC has a bit of a spin on the hairpin. Low traction zone there. Looks like he's got away with it as well. No damage by the looks of his wing. Johnny Stokes right behind the back of Dutchface. Dutchface on his 14 lap old hard, so 4 lap old mediums. This is where it comes in to play for Johnny. Each pilot are starting now to get into their peak performance. James out had a bit of a spin, I think, back there. So he's struggling. But we're going to concentrate on this battle here. Moyland gapping Jack a little bit. I don't think Jack's close enough for this one. I won't be watching Jack as of yet anyway. But we'll stay on board with Johnny. Can he make a last ditch attempt on Dutch faces to turn one? No, runs out of road. Right behind him though. But Moylan does very well in the last part of this sector, of this track. He manages to gap Jack just enough to defend that home straight. And Jack seems to be okay through here, but again the gap massively increased there from Moylan. So he's got a decent setup through distance. And this is the problem now, because these mediums are going to start falling off. They're not going to be speeding that great. What was it, lap 8 on 9? They were starting to fall off last few laps ago, last stint. And look, Moylan's not even having to use any overtake. Jack can't get near him. Johnny Stokes, on the other hand, does get past a Dutch face and up into third place. A gap between him and Jack, 6.7 seconds. So what will Johnny want to do here? Will he go for undercut? Will he try and see if he can stretch his mediums to the end? I don't really know what these drivers are thinking right now. The undercut could be a way to go here, especially with how cold tyres are when they come out of the pits. Try and get in and out quickly. But again, Jack 7/10 from Moylan. That's a mistake there. That could definitely cost Moylan his first place right now. The gap 2/10 and they go into turn 1. Oh, it's a shame from Moylan. Jack again ran the outside. I can't see anything. Moylan gives him space and they're side by side. I think Jack's going to take this position. No, and he will. Oh, it's a big shame from Moylan. A bit early on the throttle when it caused the rear just as being enough to cause Jack to take that place off of him. Now Moylan needs to stick behind Jack and try and see if he can use overtake and DRS to get back past. A big old bottle there from Jake to send to Moylan. 6/10 the gap. We saw how Jack struggled, and I think now the shoes on the other foot, Moylan won't have that same. He had the worst issue, and then you can see there, can't get touched down quick enough. Jack is already into nearly a second ahead. Not the worst thing in the world though. Moylan is still very quick through sectors 1 and 3. We have a yellow flag waving. Is that a safety car? Potentially. No, it's just Carl spinning. Carl's having a bit of a spin. Not having a good day, Carl. Oh, Carl. So just about to approach the. Oh, everyone overtake there. So El Stefano getting past GDC. GDC are trying to run the outside again, trying to get that pace back. Not able to do so. And that is the battle for 9th currently. Scotty is chasing down Speedy right now, both on the same age tyres. Actually, there's a whole group here behind Speedy. Obviously, the gaps are quite large, but this whole group all on the same age tyres from Speedy down to GDC. Across the line now. Moylan has been dropped in DRS, which is not really what Moylan wanted, but Jack won't have much longer there left on those mediums. So Jack will have to pit fairly soon, I believe, for his medium runner. But the worst thing is, he left it back on the hard tyres, so, or maybe a set of softs potentially, so we can get these stretched a bit further. That could be what Jack's thinking. Get these mediums stretched to maybe 6 laps to go, and then go for a set of softs to the end. Has even done a bit of a spin, no damage. Again, it's just a bit of a tank slapper probably, going around the long right-hander. Erez in the pits, just coming out now behind Mr. Carl. And Erez, AD was around again. And his tyres overheating, so have to come in, which he is doing now. 4-lap old softs. After that spin, probably absolutely cooked. Here we go, Scotty gets past Speedy there, which is a move that was coming for a little while now. And Lever's had enough, he's retired in the pits. So we're down to 13 drivers in this race. We're going to stay on board with Moylan. He's not being dropped massively by Jack. So this is the thing now. So with Jack currently leading this race, his mediums are going to fall off. He'll then have to either pit for hards, which is pointless, I think, in my eyes, because yes, they'll get to the end, but they'll be a lot slower, and they'll be on essentially the same tyre as Moylan's. Or he goes in for a set of softs, but then has to eke out some more life in these mediums, which would mean he'd be going slower for a few laps, and that could potentially mean a lot for him to gain in the use of these softs. Possibly get to the end from now. I think one more lap, possibly. I don't think these mediums will go very much longer, to be honest. I think Jack needs to pit. Jack will need to pit for another set of tyres, because these won't last. Moylan isn't being dropped enough, really, for Jack to say, no, I'm going to stay out on these, because in a few laps' time, if Jack stays out on these, Moylan will be all over his gearbox. Jump back on board with GGC. As long as I'm risking a puncher, I think the time drop off will be second. Will be what? Still second, possibly. No, GT not able to make the move there. Oh, what's it? Move time up, sorry. So El Capano defends really early. I think GT a little far away, really. A bit too far. Is Carl looking to make a move back on Ares? Don't look like it. I think Ares has taken that place from Carl. Third and fourth in the same boat they are. So Jack. So the thing is, Dutchface has to pit, I think, because I don't think he's pitted yet. If I'm right in thinking. No, so he hasn't pitted yet at all. So I know it says 19 laps. I don't know how that worked out, because he should be on 20 laps. But he hasn't pitted at all, so he will need to pit at some point. He'll probably hold off and go for a set of softs, which is going to throw him out of contention for a decent points position. Johnny Stokes, again, depending on how these mediums are feeling, they're going to start to be a bit rough. But he's got a 6 second, well, more than that, sorry, a 9-10 second gap between him and Scotty. Potentially could make these last and not lose a place. Whereas Jack will potentially be losing the race win of this if he has to pit. But Jack's in a really bad place right now, because he's got to try to either make these mediums go 18 laps, which I don't think is possible. I think it's highly unlikely, considering that the hards are probably going to start feeling a bit rough, and they're on 19 laps now for Dutchface. So I do believe that Jack will need to pit, and I think a set of softs is probably the best answer here for Jack to come in now. Look at the time being gained on him by Moylan. So Moylan is staying out. Moylan's going to jump into pits there maybe and gone to the undercut potentially on Jack, and then try to gain it back. It's a bit of a risky move. I do think John needs to pit though, but Johnny's just going to lose time for these guys. Moylan is going to be overtaking Jack very, very shortly. El Soprano right behind GGC. Well, I was thinking if Moylan pitted just to try and throw off Jack, but I meant to say not Moylan, Johnny. Johnny should pit to try and throw off Jack, to try and maybe do an undercut on the pair of them. Because though if Jack's trying to stay out on these mediums, it ain't going to work for him. I think that's because I was on board with Moylan. I said Moylan, not Johnny. But there you go, look. Moylan all over the back of Jack. And it should be a simple move. The DRS will be open. But Jack has made the risk. Yellow flags are waving. Can Moylan get the place? If a safety car comes out, hopefully he can. He does get in front. Is there going to be a safety car though? Doesn't look like it is. It's just a spin from someone. GGC had a little bit of a spin. No safety car. That could have been a safety car moment, and Moylan making the overtake. That could have helped out Jack. But Moylan will take the lead of this race. Yeah, he does. Jack needs something to help him out. Abby's been overtaken Speedy to beat down in the 7th place. Carl, GDC is going really slow. I think it's been a retirement for GDC now, I think. And he spins again. He wants to be careful because his leaders are catching up now. He's trying to get out of the way. James, I can penalty for a second. I think at this point now, Jack should just do whatever Johnny's doing. The gap between him and Johnny, 7 seconds. The gap between Dutch Face and Jack is exceedingly more than that. More has, and then Dutch has to pit, obviously. Scotty, so there's the gap between him and Scotty. These guys can probably make these mediums go to the end. Yeah, Scotty. I think even that's quite a large gap, though, isn't it, between Jack and Scotty? It's not a pit window, is it? So Jack, it's kind of missed his opportunity to pit for stuff and come out ahead of Scotty. If he wants to pit, he would come out way behind Scotty. And it's not really what Jack wants. So I think Jack will stay out and hope for a safety car, which could be coming. So you see again having issues. It is going just cutting the grass. Just cutting the grass. We'll probably get disqualified soon as he does let the leaders pass. There we go, look. 10-second penalty, we'll see them tracks. Evening, Lulu, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So Jack, kind of in a hard place. Does he stay out? Does he pit? I would assume by this point he'll stay out. Johnny potentially doing the same as well, just staying out. So these guys won't be coming in as of yet. I'm good, man, I'm good. Just watching a bit of RPR, bit of commentary. Dutch Face has got a pit, right? Like, what is he doing? He hasn't pitted, has he? Well, I need to check this. No, he hasn't pitted. Dutch Face is pulling an Albon. He's pulling an Albon, just trying to go as far as he can on these. Scotty is right behind him though. So Scotty's going to gain a place potentially on Dutch Face. GC has retired the pits, which we thought was going to happen, to be honest. Unless Dutch Face is going to come in for a fast lap attempt, maybe? I don't know. You got to support the racers, man. Racers make the world go around. We're currently on board with Scotty on the back of Dutch Face. So Dutch Face still needs to pit. Scotty has done his designated hard and soft tyre allocation. But it's not going to do Dutch Face any favours here because it's going to be a simple move, I think. I mean, Dutch Face is defending though. Defends the inside. He's a bit of a weird place to defend though. Why would you defend it if you need to pit anyway? He's just trying to probably ruin Scotty's race and just maybe back him up into Avi or into Speedy, them kind of people. But Dutch Face needs to pit. That's the essential part of this. He doesn't need to pit. Royland and hasn't managed to drop Jack. Jack is still there. So Jack gets pulled along quite nicely with his DRS. Or late on the brakes there from Jack. Got a brown. Yeah, we're more sort of coming a bit of brown colour for him. Yeah, that thing is in. Finally, that thing's in. But again, it was kind of a pointless defence there. Just doing it to spite Scotty probably. Admins fighting admins, as you expect. And it is a set of softs for Dutch Face. Will knock him very far down the grid. He should come out easily ahead. Oh no, maybe not. He will come out behind Rob, but ahead of El Stefano. And there we go. There's Rob going past there in turn 1. And there's my Dutch Face. Dutch Face should be able to get these tyre temps up very quickly and make light work of Rob Sim Racer. But we'll see. Rob should really defend this now. It'll be very difficult to defend, but he might as well defend it. Try and gain that, or keep that 7th place. Scotty is really catching up to the back of these guys now. These mediums must be struggling right now. But yeah, he's keeping up. Oh, he has got a penalty, yeah, he has. 3-second penalty for Rob, I'm assuming. So he will gain that pace anyway, but these guys want to race on the track, especially it's like admins. Rob and the Dutch Face love to have a lot of things on track. So Jack, still there. These mediums have found like a second wind. They're doing really well. Joe needs to defend him. Yeah, Joe needs him to defend, yeah. they've been a party together, so depends on what I'm talking about. Maybe Joe is asking Rob to defend that, help him out a little bit. But I don't think Rob would want to do that. I think Rob's too far away to be affected by anything. I think the gap, where is the penalties on? It's only 3 seconds, so it's not enough for Rob to, he's going to be really scared, I don't think. Warner's going to bottle, you reckon? That face gets past Rob, which was bound to happen. And now he's on the hunt to find 12 seconds to get to Speedy. Well, he needs to find 9, really. 9 seconds. Oh, the crash. Scotty's out. Scotty's crashed. Where has he crashed? He crashed for his safety car. Oh, safety car. It should be red flagged. It should be red flagged. Now, this is crucial. What's going to happen? What do you do? Oh, there's Scotty there. He's lost it. What a shame. But you're the race leader. What do? Do you come in for a set of softs and just hope Jack does as well? Jack will need to. I think Moylan's got to go in as well. Moylan has to come in for a set of softs, and Jack will need the softs. He debated it. Jack debated it. On 15 lap hold, he had to do it. Oh, it's a shame, because I think that was Moylan's race to lose, really. Johnny Stokes is in as well. So Johnny gains his, could potentially keep his 3rd place. Avi is way too far away. This also throws Speedy in a bit of danger now, because he'll be within 3 seconds of Dutch Face. He also coming to the pits as well. Yeah, I think everyone will be hitting the softs all the way. Whether they'll catch up to the back of the pack, I don't know, because James Al and Carl are just passing Scotty. Wait, what? Yeah, when did it happen? How long ago did that happen? That was just now, wasn't it? That's just happened. Moylan bottled it. Is that what Jake was saying, that Moylan bottled it? Penalty. Is that what I missed? When did that? I missed how he got it. He got it on lap 25, around that area. Ah, so that's probably why. Is that why you were calling him a bottle job? Ah, I always thought you meant. I thought he crashed because the yellow flags come up when I read that message. Last bit of the S's. Oh, let's have a look on penalties and warnings and stuff while we've got a safety car. Shouldn't be a long safety car, to be honest. So, although Jack's only on 1 warning by the looks of it, I can't see because his message is coming up now. Yeah, Jack's only got 1 warning. Moylan's, yeah, 2 there, 3. Ah, it's a shame. Johnny, have you got anything? 1 warning. Just the 1 warning for Johnny. Avi is keeping it clean. Nothing at all. Speedy, we know, has got 1 penalty at least. And he's on another warning as well. El Stefano, he's on... Wait, what? He get a collision with someone. Is that what that was? No, track limit, El Stefano. How's he got 3 and nothing? Oh yeah, collision. Yeah, it was a collision. There's a couple of drivers that are on... Well, a lot of them are keeping it clean as James gets no penalty. El Stefano stayed out on softs, on mediums. Sorry, on hards even. But safety car is in this lap anyway. And Moylan now has to try and see if he can gap Jack 3 seconds. Which I don't think is going to happen, really. These guys are going to fight to the end of 3 laps of racing to go. 11 cars left in the race, unless something drastic happens between these two. Look, see ahead. Moylan is really trying to leave Johnny behind, but not leaving Jack. Jack's going to slip behind her. You know what? I'm going to take the easy win, mate. Yeah, there's a waving again. It's a bit of a high up. El Stefano's involved in it, so is Dutch Face. I think Rob got entangled up in that as well. This could be music to Erez's ears. Can he get into more places? But Speedy right now has a bit of breathing room between him and Rob. Back on board with the battle for first. Jack and Moyland. This is a great battle. Again, Moyland, that penalty is just going to really hurt him because Jack's just got to sit behind and Jack's got so much better pace around this track. Moyland's got a sore foot as well as Jack makes the move down the inside. Great attempt there, but Moyland's got it covered, I think, as they go into the long right-hander, and he does. Great defence from Moyland. Great attack there from Jack. Come out of nowhere, really. Tried to catch Moyland unawares, but Moyland just about saw it coming and defended that really nicely as they go down to enter the final lap of the race. Now Jack will want to have the privilege of finishing this race as the leader, but he'll take what he can get. He's got fast lap at the moment as well, so take the extra point if he can keep this clean and keep this on track. Moyland's just got to defend with all his might and just try and hope he forces Jack into a mistake. Get the flags waving again. I think that's Carl having a bit of trouble. We're going to stay on board with the battle for first though. Although it's basically Jack's first to lose, we're just seeing if any drama comes out of it. We know that Jack is not one to shy from a mistake. He does make him every now and then. Moyland is he's in a lot of pain right now. Jack goes to the inside, and it's a great move. Does get it slowed down in time, but Moyland comes back on the attack, but can't get the traction down. And now he's got to try and gap 3 seconds to Johnny with half a lap to go. I don't think it's possible. Moyland's going to lose out his potential second place as well here to Johnny. Avi, if he can get closer, can he be gaining the time? Can he be gaining a place on Moyland? I don't know. He led for the whole race, Moyland, and it's just at the last hurdle. Gets that penalty, and it's going to cost him dearly as Rob and Dutchface trade places. Dutchface up into 6th, Rob into 7th. It's great position from Rob. But here we go now. Moyland and Jack. Jack's going to try and go. Oh, Moyland tried to go down the inside. Jack defended it. Jack will cross the line as this race winner. Moyland takes 2nd, but he will drop down to 4th there. That's a big shame. Avi takes 3rd. The podium spot for him. Speedy in 5th. Dutchface will take 6th. Rob is going to come in 7th. And then finally we've got El Stefano, who kept his hards on. We'll get a couple of points here for good measure. Comes in at 8th. Erez going to come in 9th place. And then finally we're just waiting now for James Al and Carl to cross the line. Carl's going to get the wooden spoon award. No points for Carl today, unless James just stops to let help his boy out. No, he didn't. James comes in 10th, and finally Carl will cross the line in 11th place to round up this USA COTA. What a race! What a race! Ironic that we're talking about ending race on safety car. The 5 laps to go. Rather they give it to Speedy. From Master understood the whole race. That was from James. Driver of the day. Oh, I don't know. It's very difficult. I think, you know what, Speedy from 16th to 5th, it's kind of got to be given. He had a fairly uneventful race, really. I didn't really see much from him. We're mainly watching the front guys having a battle with El Stefano a lot. He seemed to be in a lot of battles. But, yeah, the final grid order. Jack takes the win. Fastest lap as well for him. So 26 points from today's race. Johnny comes in 2nd. Avi in 3rd. Moyland, after crossing in 2nd, will finish in 4th for that penalty. Speedy comes in 5th. Dutchface in 6th. Rob in 7th. El Stefano in 8th. Erez in 9th. James Al will round up the top 10 with 1 point there. And then a wooden spoon award goes to Carl. Our DNFers were Scotty, GGC, Hudzojo, Ali Defa, Booker Bronco, and Almighty Evan. What an end. What an end. Mrs. Carl says unlucky Moyland. I think he'll be feeling a bit of depression right now, probably. We'll jump. Let's have a look. What's the next track anyway? Our next race of the season. Oh, that's true, actually. I'm assuming we're going to race. But the thing is, the funeral will be done by now. We're not. I don't think people are going to be caring about the funeral. They want F1. They want to hear me. Who wants to hear see the Queen be buried? You want to see? You want to be here with me? All right. So we're going to end up the stream today. Just quickly go through the season, and we'll just see what is our next track on the calendar. And it will be the British Grand Prix. Very fitting, considering we're going to be burying a British monarch. But yeah, so join us here next week for round 10 in RPR of Britain. I have been Diggs the Hobo. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like, subscribe, the little bell at the top as well. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.